Welcome to Pastor's Chat today. Well, we're looking at Psalm 119, and today we're down to verses 81 through 96. Now, this is the 11th stanza in Psalm 119, and every line and every verse begins with the 11th letter of the Hebrew alphabet, and this is KAPH, and that is in the Hebrew Bible. And so we're in the 11th stanza, and here we find the psalmist, whoever he is finding himself in a bad situation. He is going through a difficult time. I underlined it. He wrote in verse 85, "The proud have dug pits for me." He said in 86, "They persecute me wrongfully." Verse 87, "They almost made an end for me on earth." Almost an end for me on earth. And here he might not even be talking just about himself. He might be talking about the Jewish people themselves, as Satan has always sought to destroy the Jewish people. I've said it so often, if you want one word to prove that there is a God and that the Bible is the Word of God, the word is Israel. Israel, the nation of Israel. The devil hates that nation. They gave us the Bible, they gave us the Messiah, and they promise through the Word of God that Jesus is coming again and Satan has a final defeat. He hates them. And that's why you see so much hatred even today in our world against the Jewish nation. It almost seems unvalidated, but there it is. But even here, this psalmist says, "They almost made an end for me on earth." The devil wants to get rid of them. But my friend, they're God's people. You don't have to worry about that. Now, let's read this psalm. Verse 81. "My soul faints for your salvation, but I hope in your word. My eyes fail from searching your word, saying, when will you comfort me? For I have become like a wineskin in smoke, yet I do not forget your statutes. How many are the days of your servant? When will you execute judgment on those who persecute me? The proud have dug pits for me, which are not according to your law. All your commandments are faithful. They persecute me wrongfully. Help me. They almost made an end for me on earth, but I did not forsake your precepts. Revive me according to your loving kindness, so that I may keep the testimony of your mouth." And so we see this dear person as he faces trials. As we face trials, we need faith and patience. He needed faith and patience, faith in God and patience to wait for God to do what only God could do. He says, verse 81, "My soul faints." I mean, he came to the place of almost wanting to quit. Where is your salvation? But then he says, "I still hope in your word." James chapter 1, verses 2 and 3. "But let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire, lacking nothing." In other words, he says, count it all joy when you fall into all these problems, because you can still hope. You can still hope in the Lord. And so that's what we see next. He says, "I had become like a wineskin." He felt like he was useless. But he said, "I'm not going to forget your statutes." Despite how I feel, a wineskin in the smoke, a discarded wineskin that's useless, is no more good for anything. He said, that's the way I feel. But I'm still going to learn and hope in your statutes. In verse 84, "How many are the days?" He's asking questions. When will you execute judgment? That proud have dug pits for me. But here's what he believes. He believes what's found in Proverbs 27, that the pits that they dig for us, they'll fall into them themselves. And then at the very last part of the chapter, he is trusting, and he knows God will revive him. All your commandments are faithful. All your promises are faithful. God has never failed to keep one promise he has made to his people. You can trust him. My friend, you might be going through a difficult time. It might be very, very hard. And you're wondering, where is God? Well, he's where he always was. He's sitting on his throne. He's ready to help you. You trust him. You be patient. You hope in him and get in the Word of God. That's what this psalmist did. He hopes in the Word. He hopes in the commandments. He turns to the testimonies and precepts of God. And so can we. Oh, may God bless you today. Be encouraged in the Lord, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day.